There are games which people hold nostalgic connections to, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 being one of them. I have no nostalgic connection to any Sonic game at all, so I may not be as nice to it as other reviewers might be. So the first thing to comment on is the graphics. The graphics are absolutely amazing considering that this was on a 16-bit device. The color palette of the game makes it very aesthetically pleasing. Each level of this game is easily memorable from the art style alone. The Green Hill Zone was unlike any other video game level seen before, and the art style has been reused constantly in future Sonic titles, and yet I never get sick of it. Even before I became a Sonic fan, I was still aware of the Green Hill Zone. It's that iconic. The special stage backgrounds can be a bit painful on the eyes though. I like the art style for the rest of the zones though. It may not be as iconic as Green Hill Zone, but it's still very memorable. The reason why this is such a big deal for me is because some games recycle level themes or recycle backgrounds. I give the graphics a 95 out of 100. The level design is something which is good in general. What I mean by this is that most of the level will play fine, and then there will be that one section which sticks out like a sore thumb. Green Hill Zone is okay, has no huge problems. Marble Zone has those slow moving platforms in the lava. Spring Yard Zone has those slowly horizontally moving platforms. Labyrinth Zone is a whole other story. Labyrinth Zone is the water level of the game. Sonic's speed is incredibly gimped in the water, yet the enemies move at regular speeds in the water. Since Sonic's jump is also incredibly slow moving, it's incredibly difficult to time your jumps. Starlight Zone doesn't have any big problems, the biggest one probably being the bombs due to the fact that their debris scatters through the air. Scrap Brain Zone doesn't have too many problems for me. I don't have a problem with difficulty, and the difficult points in the zone can be passed through with enough patience. Act 3 of Scrap Brain Zone is just like Labyrinth Zone. I used to hate it until I discovered that I could complete it in less than 40 seconds. Special stages are not very good, as it's difficult to determine which section Sonic is touching. You might hit the R block, then sometimes it will cause the stage to reverse in rotation, and sometimes it won't. Most people criticize Sonic 1 for not complementing Sonic's trademark ability, speed. I actually like the game because it's difficult to get speed, and it isn't just handed to you. Spring Yard Zone, for example, is designed in a way so that if you utilize your speed properly, you can avoid those slow moving platforms. I give the level design a 90 out of 100. The control is also very good. Sonic's jump moves at a great speed, so platforming in Marble Zone isn't so difficult. The main reason why I find some obstacles in Labyrinth Zone so difficult to avoid is because Sonic jumps so slowly underwater, especially if other enemies move at regular speeds. You will be utilizing the jump a lot as it is your main method of damaging enemies. It's also a good mechanic that if Sonic is in his ball form, then you damage an enemy. This encourages you to roll down slopes as it gives you additional speed, and it also damages enemies. Some enemies are more effective to roll into, but jumping is usually quicker. The momentum in this game is what makes it so great. If Sonic moves downhill, then he will gain speed quicker, and you are more likely to see that awesome running animation. When rolling down a hill, Sonic moves quicker than just running down a hill. When you move uphill, Sonic will move slower, and in cases of steep hills, he will automatically move down them. If Sonic falls from a high place and bounces off an item box, then he bounces super high. The control gets an 89 out of 100. The bosses are a matter of opinion. I like the boss fights because they never overcomplicate things. When looking at the bosses, they may look incredibly stupid, but they are strangely fun. Apart from that, there's nothing much I can say about the bosses. I give it a 60 out of 100, or a so-so rating. I don't include music because everyone's taste in music is different, so it'd be unfair for me to judge it. Overall, this is a fine game, and even if it takes about an hour to complete, the levels are so fun that you'll be back for more. It's fun to utilize the physics, so try to go as quick as possible. The only level I have a problem with is Labyrinth Zone, but this is only because Sonic moves slowly and everything else moves fast. I give the game an overall rating of 85 out of 100, or a very good rating.